Hello, welcome to Quantitative Methods Design and Educational Research for Spring of 2021. I'm Kathy Grover, and I will be your instructor slash facilitator slash professor for this course. Being in this course means that you all have already taken an elementary statistics class, that you've been working toward an advanced degree, and probably are going to be completing a dissertation in the near future. In this course, what I would like for us to do is to spend some time personalizing, thinking about how quantitative methods may be used in your study. And if you are thinking of doing a mixed method study with qualitative data as well, we can certainly have some conversations or spend some time discussing how qualitative data is used in a mixed method study or in just a qualitative study. So I do want you to give me some feedback on that, on the first assignment that you have coming in, which is to tell me about your research project, what you plan to do for your dissertation. And so I've made a special note for you there on the assignment for the research project worksheet, which is due January 21st at 11:59. This is an online course, so that means we do not meet synchronously or have in-face meetings, but you are certainly welcome to contact me to set up a time to visit one-on-one, either over the phone, we can text message, or I am happy to Zoom or do some type of video conference with you, whether you're having issues with maybe an assignment, something that doesn't quite click for you. Maybe you found an error in something that I've done that we need to clear up, and so you can certainly contact me about that. Or if you just want to talk about your study, what you plan to do, what your design is like, if you want to have someone to sort of brainstorm with about whether the type of analysis that you're thinking of would work well. So anything that you need, just let me know, and we can certainly have some time together visiting over the phone or through video chat or whatever it is that we need to do. First off, I do want you to know that you do have the research project worksheet to fill out as your first assignment. Also, there's a course ethics agreement that needs to be filled out. I have it due by January 22nd at midnight, so if you would get that completed as well. Those are the first two assignments right off the bat. And then I want us to take a look here. I've got in the background, or the screenshot here, of the Canvas shell that you all will be working in, and I want to go through some things with you. In this Canvas shell, you can certainly look at the syllabus, you can look at your grades and so forth. We probably won't have any discussion posts, but let's go and look at the assignments and how they're laid out. As you'll see, these are set up in chronological order. Not all of them are available for you to view right now, and part of that is because I want to get a feel for what type of analysis you all are planning to do before I set the assignments for the problem sets toward the end of the semester. So let's start by looking at the problem set one, because this is more of how the first few chapters of work will be going. When you get into these problem sets, you will notice, and this is something that I want you to know, I have asked that you all have the 10th edition of Blumen's book. That is because that's the most recent edition, and in our dissertations we do want the most recent editions of books to be cited. So if you're going to be putting money out for a book, I feel like you should get the one that you would need to use as a reference in your dissertation. It is available online, and it's much less expensive that way, so that's the way that I would go about purchasing the book. However, the assignments that are listed in here by page numbers have been done from a different edition of the book, which was an online, or I'm sorry, and this is a blueprint course, and so those assignments stay firm. However, what the author of the blueprint course has done is they've given the page numbers and the problem numbers, but they've also given you text of what the problems state. So you can open this by clicking on the link for like the problems, where it says problems, and then a Word doc opens. And all of the problems that you've been assigned are here for you to see. So you can take a look at all of those without having to go into the textbook and look them up on that page number. The thing that may be different for you is the chapters, how the chapters are laid out. And so I will give you information on that if there are changes that you need to know about. In this instance, Chapter 8 and Chapter 9 have the same information in them, and that's what you would be using the chapters, the books for, is to go back and read the text so that you can see examples and explanations and so forth. Also included in the Blueprint course are these PowerPoints that are very well done. I'll show you one of those. Click on PowerPoints. And as these open up, you can see, you can go slide by slide for definitions and an explanation of, in this example, hypothesis testing, how to do hypothesis tests, and it takes you all the way through some examples, and that is provided for you for each chapter. Then, finally, and this is the really nice part, the answers are provided for the problem set that is given to you. So as you go through, and I always recommend try to do your problems first, but as we know, sometimes working backwards works really well for us. If we've tried to work through and we're not understanding what we're coming up with, here are the responses that you should be getting, exemplar responses to those questions, so that you can work backwards. Now, we are adults. It would be very easy for you just to go through and complete the problems from these problem sets that are given to you and turn those into me and take a score for that. And I would never know the difference. You will know the difference when it comes time for you to do the work with these types of problems in actual data sets that you have. So what I would ask you to do is, if you do run into any problems as you look through this and are working through this on your own, that is the time to call me, text me, let's get something, email me, let's get together and see if we can figure out what those problems may be that you're having difficulty with. That's basically what I wanted to talk with you all about before the semester began. We will be doing an assignment, for a culminating assignment that's going to be a sample of a research study. You will have some other assignments that may not seem like statistics assignments along with this. Let's look at the research study for this spring. In it, you are told that it is a key assessment for the course. That means that it is going to be a culminating assignment. I would read through this now early, because as we go through the assignment, you are going to be writing a brief literature review about the problem that you want to study and do research on. You will be describing a methodology for being able to answer whatever question or problem that you have, that you've set up. You are going to go through all of the steps that you would, just like in a dissertation, only it's going to be small, and it may not be written quite to the standard that we would ask for in the dissertation, but that's going to be your final project that you turn in. As we go through the semester, if I go back to assignments, you will see that first you have your research project worksheet. This is sort of like that brainstorming idea. This is what I think I would be interested in knowing about, that I want to study about. Then you will write a literature review, which means you'll be doing some research, doing some reading, and writing and telling about what is the research currently out there that relates to the topic that you want to study. Then you will write about your research methodology, and this is where you tell what the design of your study will be, how you will go about studying it, and what types of statistical tests you will be running. And then finally, you'll bring that all together by analyzing the data that you have, drawing conclusions about your hypotheses, and reporting out on what you found. And that will give us, all of that combined will give us the Research Study Spring Assessment, which is down here. So that's what you will be working on in conjunction with learning some additional statistical tests that we did not cover in our elementary statistics class. So, but you'll notice that when we get down to problem set 6, 7, and 8, I have not yet determined what I want to do with those. I want to see what type of projects you have in mind and designs, what type of data you're thinking of analyzing, and if you're doing quantitative or qualitative or mixed method studies. I want to know about that so that we have ample time to discuss those topics and sort of tailor this course to the needs of the students in the course. So anyway, I hope that we have a great semester. I hope we all stay healthy and have a really productive semester. And I would encourage you to, as you think about this research study for this class, this assignment, that you sort of dip your toes in the topic that you're thinking of for your dissertation. Let's give it sort of a test run, a trial run, and see if you're able to collect the data that you think you want. If you after doing this, if you see any little bubbles or things that you need to work out before you actually do it in the dissertation. We'll use this semester to learn those additional statistical tests and to try to smooth the way toward your research in the dissertation. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I look forward to working with you this semester. Bye-bye.